Welcome back to our channel, the Human Chronicle. Today, we're diving into China's first great empire, the Shang Dynasty. For millennia, the Yellow River has snaked its way across the plains of North China, a cradle of civilization, a source of life, and a witness to the rise and fall of empires. Today, we journey back over 3,600 years to a time when legends began to breathe, when the mists of prehistory parted to reveal the Shang Dynasty. The Shang Dynasty, China's first great empire, a civilization forged in bronze and bone, ruled by warrior kings and diviners who spoke to the gods. This was a world of walled cities, ritual sacrifices, and an intricate writing system, a society that laid the foundations for much of what we know as Chinese culture. For centuries, the Shang Dynasty was considered little more than myth, a legend whispered in ancient texts. But the spades of archaeologists have unearthed its secrets, revealing a sophisticated and complex society that flourished for over 500 years. Join us as we delve into the heart of the Shang Dynasty. We'll explore its cities, its beliefs, its innovations, and its ultimate demise. Discover the story of China's first great empire, a civilization that echoes through the ages. The Shang Dynasty emerged from a period of intense competition between various Neolithic cultures in the Yellow River Valley. Around 1600 BC, one group, centered near the modern city of Zhou, began to assert its dominance. This was the dawn of the Shang. The Shang economy was primarily agricultural, based on the cultivation of millet, wheat, and barley. They were skilled farmers, developing sophisticated irrigation techniques to manage the unpredictable floods of the Yellow River. This agricultural surplus provided the foundation for a more complex society. But it was bronze that truly set the Shang apart. They mastered the art of bronze casting, creating intricate ritual vessels, powerful weapons, and ornate chariot fittings. Bronze was not just a material, it was a symbol of power, a sign of divine favor, and a key to military dominance. The early Shang kings, shrouded in legend, were both military leaders and high priests. They ruled from walled cities, centers of political power, and religious ceremony. These early urban centers, like Zhou, were already impressive, with rammed earth walls and palatial complexes. The Shang army was a formidable force, equipped with bronze weapons, horse-drawn chariots, and disciplined infantry. They waged war against neighboring tribes and rival settlements, expanding their territory and consolidating their power. The Shang believed in an afterlife, and their tombs were elaborate affairs, filled with precious goods, bronze vessels, and even human sacrifices. These sacrifices, often prisoners of war, were intended to serve the king in the next world, demonstrating the absolute power of the Shang rulers. Beyond warfare and ritual, the Shang were also skilled artisans. They produced beautiful pottery, intricate jade ornaments, and elegant silk fabrics. These crafts were not just for decoration, they were integral to Shang culture and social status. By the 13th century BC, the Shang dynasty had reached its zenith. Its territory stretched across much of North China, its cities were thriving, and its influence was felt throughout the region. But this golden age would not last forever. Around 1300 BC, the Shang kings moved their capital to a new city near modern-day Anyang. This was the heart of the Shang dynasty, a sprawling metropolis that served as the political, religious, and cultural center of the empire. The ruins of Anyang have revealed a wealth of information about Shang life. Archaeologists have unearthed the foundations of palaces, temples, workshops, and residential areas, providing a glimpse into the daily lives of the Shang people. The Shang kings ruled from lavish palaces, surrounded by courtiers, officials, and diviners. They were considered divine rulers, intermediaries between the human world and the realm of the gods. Their authority was absolute, and their every action was imbued with religious significance. Bronze ritual vessels played a central role in Shang religious ceremonies. These elaborate containers were used to offer food and wine to the ancestors and the gods. The intricate designs and inscriptions on these vessels provide valuable insights into Shang beliefs and cosmology. The Shang were obsessed with divination, seeking guidance from the supernatural world through the use of oracle bones. These were typically ox scapulae or turtle plastrons, which were heated until they cracked. The patterns of the cracks were then interpreted by diviners who recorded their predictions on the bones themselves. These oracle bone inscriptions are the earliest known form of Chinese writing, and they provide invaluable information about Shang history, religion, and society. They record everything from royal decrees and military campaigns to weather forecasts and agricultural predictions. Shang society was highly stratified, with a clear hierarchy of social classes. At the top were the nobles, who controlled vast estates and held positions of power. Below them were artisans, who produced the bronze vessels, jade ornaments, and other luxury goods that defined Shang culture. The vast majority of the population were farmers, who worked the land and supported the elite. At the bottom were slaves, often prisoners of war, who performed the most menial tasks. The Shang Dynasty was a period of remarkable artistic achievement. Shang artisans produced exquisite jade carvings, intricate bronze sculptures, and elegant silk fabrics. These works of art reflect the sophistication and refinement of Shang culture. Music and dance played an important role in Shang rituals and ceremonies. The Shang used a variety of instruments, including drums, bells, and stringed instruments. Their music was often accompanied by elaborate dances, performed by specially trained dancers. The Shang army remained a formidable force, thanks to its advanced military technology. They developed new types of bronze weapons, improved their chariots, and introduced protective armor for their soldiers. This military superiority allowed them to maintain their dominance over the surrounding region. The Shang dynasty engaged in extensive trade and diplomacy with neighboring cultures. They exchanged goods, ideas, and technologies, contributing to the cultural exchange and development of the region. The city of Anyang was a testament to the power and wealth of the Shang dynasty. It was a center of innovation, a hub of trade, and a symbol of Shang civilization. But this era of prosperity would eventually come to an end. The later Shang kings grew increasingly decadent and tyrannical. They indulged in lavish lifestyles, while the common people suffered under heavy taxation and forced labor. This growing disparity between the rich and the poor fueled discontent and resentment. Corruption and infighting plagued the Shang court. Rival factions competed for power, weakening the dynasty from within. The kings became increasingly isolated, surrounded by sycophants and yes-men. The Shang dynasty was also beset by natural disasters. Floods, droughts, and famines ravaged the land, causing widespread suffering and undermining the authority of the king. To the west of the Shang territory, a new power was rising, the Zhou dynasty. The Zhou were a more disciplined and organized people, and they resented the Shang's oppressive rule. In 1046 BC, the Zhou, led by King Wu, launched a rebellion against the Shang. The two armies met at the Battle of Muye, where the Zhou decisively defeated the Shang forces. The last Shang king, Zhou Xin, was a cruel and tyrannical ruler, despised by his own people. After the defeat at Muye, he fled to his palace and set it ablaze, committing suicide rather than face capture. The Zhou army marched into Anyang, bringing an end to the Shang dynasty. Although the Shang dynasty fell, its legacy lived on. The Zhou dynasty adopted many aspects of Shang culture, including the writing system, the bronze technology, and the ritual practices. The Shang's greatest contribution was undoubtedly their writing system. The oracle bone inscriptions evolved into the modern Chinese characters, which are still used today. This writing system has been a unifying force in Chinese culture for over 3,000 years. The Shang dynasty laid the foundation for later Chinese dynasties. The Qin dynasty, which unified China in the 3rd century BC, adopted many of the Shang's administrative practices and legal codes. The Han Dynasty, which followed the Qin, further developed Chinese culture and expanded the empire. The influence of the Shang Dynasty can still be seen in modern Chinese culture. From the art and architecture to the philosophy and traditions, the echoes of the Shang resonate through the centuries. The ruins of Anyang stand as a reminder of the Shang Dynasty's grandeur and its enduring legacy. This UNESCO World Heritage Site attracts visitors from all over the world who come to marvel at the achievements of China's first great empire. The Shang Dynasty may have fallen, but its story continues to inspire and fascinate. It was a civilization forged in bronze and bone, ruled by warrior kings and diviners who spoke to the gods. It was a society that laid the foundations for much of what we know as Chinese culture, and its legacy will continue to echo through the ages. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the world of the Shang Dynasty. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel, The Human Chronicle, for more historical documentaries. And be sure to leave a comment below, letting us know what you thought.